Hello everyone, we're going to do another giveaway. It's time to clear the shelves, and maybe a few eagle-eyed people even spotted the stack. Where can that be? Well, yeah, here's a stack. Goes from there to the floor, but don't forget about this one. So, unlike past giveaways, I'm not even going to count them. I'm just going to show them to you, and then I'm going to make a list after I record this video so that I know which was first, which was second, which was third. And all of you that are already typing down in the comment section, that's not how you get in the giveaway. We got to go through it all. First, let me be a little bit of a tough nut. If you just ask me for a quad or a drone or something, those messages, whether it's in a comment or a Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, I just won't respond to those. I don't want to be mean to anyone, but I get enough of those as it is. And the harsh reality is, if you can't afford anything to get started in FPV, you won't be able to enjoy FPV at all. Unfortunately it's an expensive hobby because we crash and we have to repair, and all those things cost money. Batteries, you got to replace your batteries every so often. It costs money. So if you can't afford one, maybe you can just win one outright, but I'm not just going to give one to you, so you can save your time and not send those messages. Also, to the people who send me messages saying, if I win, send me a message here. That's not how it works. Again, to be a tough nut, if you won't give some effort back in order to get your winnings, do you really deserve to win anything? I mean, come on. There will be results video, so it's best to be subscribed. It's best to hit the bell. I know it's kind of a YouTube mantra thing, but quite honestly, yeah, you'll recognize some of these things have been in past giveaways and people haven't picked them up. They haven't come back. And I'll say it now. Hopefully I'll remember later. After the results video is out, you've got 5 days to get in contact with me. I'll already have made contact with you in the appropriate method, which we'll get to here in a minute. But if you don't make contact with me in 5 days, on the 6th day, it doesn't count. It just goes back on the shelf. It goes to the next giveaway. I have to cut it off somewhere. I've had people 3-4 months after a giveaway come back and say, yes, I would like the drone. You got to be kidding me. So that to me indicates interest, and I want these things to go to people who are interested, who are possibly trying to either save, or maybe they're downed because their quad failed or something. I've got some non-quad stuff in here as well. They just need a boost to get started. Because they're having a hard time pulling the trigger. I get a lot of questions about what to buy, and I remember as a kid I would go through the catalogs, the JCPenney's and the Sears, and Montgomery Ward's was my favorite. That one always had something different in it, but I would fold the corners and circle the items, and I would go over those books for months, whittling down all my list to just a couple of items, because I knew that the potential that I could get very many things wasn't there, so I had to narrow it down as much as I could, and then hope I got one of the 3 or 4 items that I had really wanted. But so hopefully, this helps you. You just get one and say, okay, well, I got a quad now, or I got this now. I can move forward with my other choices because you don't have the paralysis by analysis anymore. Various other reasons. You know why I give these things away if you come to the channel. I don't want them sitting on my shelf collecting dust. They need to be flown. They need to be enjoyed. And when I move them out of the house, then it makes my wife happy, which, happy wife, happy life. I don't mind keeping her happy. So when she sees far fewer boxes stacking up, she's always pleased with that. And maybe she's pleased because she knows someone else gets to have the fun. She sees me happy. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so first things first, we're going to go through these boxes. If we can tell what it is without opening the box, we won't open the box. And when the results video comes around, if you're drawn first in the results, then you win the first thing I've shown here tonight. If you've drawn second, you won the second thing. If you're drawn third, you win the third thing, so on and so forth. I think there is 18 different boxes over there. I will cover shipping up to $25. That's a different amount than last time, so just note that, because 18 times 25 potentially, that can stack up a little bit. While whatever revenue the channel creates, I stick that into a separate account, so I can always tap into that. I think spending a lot of money on a giveaway is a little bit silly, but I do want people to have this stuff. So I've lowered the amount to $25, and I based that on the fact that we hadn't hardly gotten over $25 in the last few giveaways. Now, shipping costs are going up, and I can always decide to change my mind later and not tell anybody about it. Because it's mine, right? So I could always increase the amount if, you know, we get one box that is at $28. I might just send that out. So, yeah. Let's go through the stuff. Got 2 stacks to go through. I'm going to try to go fast. Be lots of jump cuts. So let's get to it. All right, in this box is the Beta Fpv. It's the 75 millimeter. They're calling these the Meteors. This is the one with the Express LRS in it. Here we got the Mon-Eagle screen. I've actually had this for quite a while. So, yeah, nice little screen. It can work as a desk. I've been using half of my EV800D still for my desk screen, so I can make sure I have things set up right. GiveAway Smart 16. This one isn't actually all that old. But as I was cleaning the shelf, it came on and it went in the pile, so here it is tonight. It's a fun little quad. Isn't this the 2S one? Yeah, this is 2S. This is a lot of fun. Or did I break this one? Ooh, check the reviews. Not everything has been reviewed, because there's some things I just didn't get around to, but this one does have a review. I think I may have broken an arm on that one. So you'll need a frame if I broke it. Or put it on something else. Okay, some stuff just fell out of there. This is the Diatone Take-In 25 MK2. This is the dual camera. So it had mounts for the front and the rear cameras. This really hasn't been flown since the last day I flew it for the review. It's not really my style of quad, but it definitely could be someone else. I think down on the bottom there, there's extra spare ducts as well, so good value there. By the way, as I usually say in these things, if it comes with a receiver, it's yours to keep, but if it didn't come with a receiver, don't be surprised, because receivers are something that I recycle, but because I am moving over to Express LRS, I might not take out the receivers, the FR Sky XM Pluses. I might take out the RXSRs if there's one in there, but otherwise, I just let it go. This is a GiveAway Tiny Go. It's a ready-to-fly kit. It's a fairly big box, so this is one that might come in over that $25, especially if it goes outside of the U.S. So you got goggles, radio, and the quad all inside here. No batteries. I don't ship batteries. Even if the quad came with batteries, I don't ship batteries, because that really increases the shipping cost. This one is the Eachine Novice 3. The quad is kind of right down in here. I think I've got a bad motor because I bought 2 more motors. So you'll have a repair to do. Hopefully this goes to someone who has that skill set, or just take everything off, put it on something else, just with like any of these things. Once you get it, do with what you want. Send it on to a friend or someone you know down the block. Maybe there's a little one that's interested in RC, and you can pass it on to them. This does come with the remote, and this is the remote. I couldn't show you the quad in the box with this on top of it. And whoever wins this, these little boxes right here, those are the motors. This is the Eachine Novice 4. This was in a prior giveaway. I think this is the one that I have not flown. Banggood mistakenly sent me 2 of these. I think one of them was already given away and the other one didn't have someone come forward for it. So it's here in this giveaway. It's a ready-to-fly kit, so it's got everything there. This is the one of those that's, kind of aimed at people getting into the hobby, but it's not going to crash well. So if you're new and you get this winning, maybe try to get something else so you can learn to fly a little bit before you start flying this one, because long-range quads aren't made for crashing. They will break. You might get lucky half a dozen times. You might get lucky twice and then break on the 3rd crash. You might break on a landing. So this is the Cetus Pro ready-to-fly kit from Beta Fpv. Remember, the camera in this one, in my particular case, it was jiggling all over the place. It wasn't firmly seated in its housing. I did not take it apart and repair it, so that's going to be something you'll want to do. I suspect the repair is just a matter of getting the camera in the right spot. It probably got knocked loose or was never placed in the right spot within the camera housing. Or you can just take some E6000 or whatever glue you have around and glue the camera firmly in the housing and take care of that jello. So this is the Atom RC, isn't it? Atom RC? Yeah, Atom RC, Eachine. I think this is a collaboration between Skyzone and Eachine, isn't it? Anyways, this is the Seagull. Never got around to reviewing it. I think it came out in the fall, early fall. Hey, it just wasn't my thing. Maybe I did review this one. Maybe I've got another one I didn't review. Yeah, I'm confusing these. I did review this one. I got another one down there I haven't reviewed that's actually from Skyzone. So this one's not from Skyzone. Erase all that. But it's another ready-to-fly kit. It's actually got a pretty decent radio and a pretty good set of goggles, although they're not OLEDs. They're LED goggles or LCD goggles. These sorts of things always worry me when they're made of plastic because they'll break. But I got to stop talking so much or this video is going to be too long. We got two of those Diatone RC cars. They're the 1/76 scale. One's got an FPV camera, one doesn't. So random which one you get. Lucky duck. Obviously, this is a T8 Pro, and it was in a drawing giveaway, or a giveaway earlier, but no one claimed it, so I've already got it packaged up, so I'm not getting it back out. This is pretty much a brand new X-Lite. I bought it from someone personally a couple years ago when I was still using the X-Lite. I was worried my X-Lite was going to die or something was going to happen, and I wanted to get a backup. Never ended up using this because I transitioned to other radios, thankfully. So you've got all sorts of thumbsticks and stuff. I think it has an extra antenna. It's got the little kit where you can, you've got the little loop. I don't know what firmware's on it, so I suspect because of the age, it's before FrSky started doing their weird things that eliminated D8 mode. So this should still be able to fly an FrSky D8 SPI receiver, but not 100% guaranteed because I don't know that I've ever had it on. This is the FPV Micron, I think is what it says on the box. It's analog, so not digital. They always put their stuff in these fancy silky bags. Is FPV even still around? Do they still make quads? I haven't seen anything launch from them in a while. No marketing noise. Ishin Civitar 120. Is this the digital version, or which one is this? No, it's not digital. It's analog. Are you keeping count? Which one are we on? This is why I don't write them down anymore. I'll write them down later. Oh, we got another Diatone Synwhoop. This is the one that's got all the fancy lights inside of it. So if you're into that sort of thing, it's definitely flyable. And I don't know that it's all that old. I kind of forget how long it's been since I reviewed this one. It does have an XT60 on it, so there's a little detail for you to know if you do win. All right, this is the Hglrc Race Whoop 30. This is the one that I smashed into the tree over and over and over again out the backyard. Update, those trees are gone now. Yeah, pool's going in. We'll figure something out. We'll still have some fun back there. Okay, this is the one I was thinking about. I thought it was Atomic RC. Maybe it's Atom RC. Are they the partner with SkyZone or the SkyZone brand of goggles or quads? I think we've had a few of them on here. So this is the quad right here, and then we've got that same radio that we had in the other kit, and then we've got the same goggles, the LCD screen. I have not had this even out of the box, so hopefully it still works. But you're going to get the box if you win last, because this is the last box. Okay, so how do you get involved in the giveaway now that we're all the way down here? Well, down in the video description below, there will be a link to a Google form, and I'll have a couple of basic questions. Probably take you about 3 minutes to fill it out. It's going to require your email address. It's going to limit per email address how many times you can enter, which is 1. I am going to go back through the results and look for similarities. We had a little bit of an issue. I think it was an innocent misstep, but it drew the eye of a number of other people. So if you have friends or if you have multiple email accounts that you are going to use, if they are very, very similar in nature and name, I'm going to throw them all out. So if you put John Smith and John C. Smith and the email addresses kind of match up to that name, I'm just going to remove them. I think it's only fair because, you know, even if your friends are doing it for you, have your friends use their email address, which is surely different than your email address. And if you have a bunch of email accounts and you're going to use, make sure they're all different and not very close together. And I hope you check them when it comes time to get your winnings. So I am going to go through the results. It's going to be a skim of the eye test. I'll do a data sort, which is fastest for me, and just look for similarities. I can scroll through a lot of that real quick. So I don't be innocent and don't be not so innocent and try to be nefarious and try to skew the results in your way. People are watching and they draw it out. I don't like it myself, but I also know that sometimes things aren't as they necessarily appear. Like, it can look at someone trying to game the system where someone has, you know, a bunch of friends and they've told their friends about this giveaway and now their friends are coming and they're like, well, I'll just sign up for another account under, you know, his sort of name. So he'll know when the video is out, and he'll know that he gets the winnings that I've, accounted for him by entering the giveaway. Things like that can happen, and it could be a bunch of other possibilities as well. So if you're tallying an entry for your friend or for your grandson or your parents or what have you, make sure you're using either your own email address or an email address that's way different or different enough, and I'm not quantifying what enough is because that's just my judgment, than their email address that they're going to be using, because I'm going to go through them and I'm going to look. I don't like to be a tough nut, but this sort of activity, giveaways, especially with a large number, really draws in the internet. And the internet loves to get free stuff, whether that free stuff is stuff they'll actually use or not. Free stuff, everybody comes out for that. So it's going to happen. It's unavoidable. There also, last time there was a spammer going through and they had my logo or icon, and a few of you drew that to my attention, and I appreciate that. They were going through and replying to a bunch of people. So if you pay attention, just like anything on the internet, if you notice anything's off, it's probably something's off. So, don't follow their description. In that particular case, they were trying to solicit WhatsApp in some manner. I didn't even fully read it myself. And they used lots of emojis and stuff to get attention. Again, that's something that I wish YouTube would do a better job of slurping off. I went through and flagged, I think it was 15 or so of them as spam, and then I had to go through a bunch of others and then hide them from the channel. And it took a while before it finally, I think it was almost a day before it zapped that particular spammer. So watch out for those things. I'm not going to send you a message that's hard to read or weird. I may not be the most eloquent in writing or typing, but it should be pretty easy and straightforward. How I will contact you if you win is via that email address that it collects. So if you're registering to, get in on this giveaway, you got to check the email. Because again, after the after the giveaway results come out, you got 5 days. You'll have a message in your inbox, and you got 5 days. And when you come asking, you say, when's the results? When the results? Those messages don't get responses either. You're spending your time. I'm giving a great deal of effort trying to give back. I think patience isn't a bad thing for me to ask of everyone involved. And honestly, I think 99.9999% of everybody who's ever watched a video on this channel is not one of those people that's trying to game the system or they're don't have their patient pants on. I don't think that at all. I think it's the kind of the internet comes in and does its thing. And anyways, internet's a big place. It's wild, wild west. What else do we got? The survey should be very, very short. It shouldn't take 3-4 minutes. I got a couple questions on my mind. I'll type that up. I'm on vacation as you're watching this, so the results video won't be out for at least 8 days from the time you're seeing this video now. So even though I've already left for vacation and you're watching this video, I don't suspect it'll be a full 8 days that this video will run. Because it's going to take me a little bit to kind of get back into the routine of things after being out of the routine for such a period of time. We're not going on a 2-week vacation or anything. It's just going to be 10 days. But it'll probably take me 5 or 6 days to get my feet going again. And then it'll take me a few more days to kind of get the repetitions of everything down. Well, I see I've been recording for 24 minutes. I hope that I can cut that down to at least 16 minutes. I know these things tend to get long-winded, and that is my fault. I apologize for that. So if you want to get involved in the giveaway, go to the link in the video description and click that. It's a Google form. Fill that out. Use an email address that is something that you check. Don't reuse an email address that's very, very similar because I am zapping those out. Any comments just asking outright for a drone will not get a response. Spammers, watch out for spammers in the comment section. Don't try to game the system. Let's all be honest. Veterans, I know there's a lot of people that are out there flying that don't get involved in these giveaways. And while I respect that, if you're hurting a bit and you need something, there's no shame. There's no shame. Ever. Yeah, just get involved if I want these things to be flown. So even if you've got 6 quads and you've only got 1 flyer, I don't mind giving someone a secondary so that they can have a little bit more of an easy time about their flight, because I think having multiple flying quads, and especially a free flying quad, can give you an additional sense of freedom and ease and fun. Okay, so we can have a discussion down in the comment section, because the comment section doesn't get you involved in the giveaway. Hey! This is pretty old hat for most of you that have been around a few times. So I appreciate everybody who's been coming to the channel for, geez, it's been 5+ years now. And I posted a milestone on Facebook, and the channel reached 44,000, which I think is pretty nuts for a channel that, for the most part, just sticks to micros. 3.5-inch prop, sometimes a 4-inch prop and smaller. So I've kind of cornered myself into a small niche within a niche, and I think it's pretty special that there's so many people that come to the channel and spend their time watching the videos, and I really appreciate that. And I love having the comments and the conversations in the comment sections, and helping people, being of service, being of use, helping someone's day be a little bit brighter. That's what I get. It seems like it might be selfless, but it's not. I get a lot back from this channel, and that's why I keep doing it. Okay, well, I hope my vacation's going well. I hope the weather's beautiful, and I will see you all soon.